Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to my channel, Financial Intelligence. I'm your host, Joseph R. Conley. And today's topic of discussion is going to be hyperinflation. But before I get started, like I say every video, I'm not a financial analyst. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a student of basic financial education. So what is hyperinflation? Hyperinflation is the inflation that goes 50% or more within a month or a short amount of time. So lately, if you haven't noticed, we've had big inflation, or inflation means the expansion of the currency supply, which means loss of purchasing power in your currency, which is why things are getting more expensive. It's just your currency just losing value. That's all it is. And so it got me thinking. That we're headed for hyperinflation. The reason why I say that is because lately, things are, obviously have been more expensive, but also life. I wouldn't say life will ever be normal again because of the pandemic, but things are sort of loosening up. Lockdowns are mostly over. People are vaxxed, and I think most people are just ready to get back to normal life. That they're tired of living in fear. But during those times of uncertainty, what did most people do during the pandemic with their currency? They saved it. And I guess you could say we went through a deflation, which is a retraction of the currency supply. So what did, our central bank do? Of course, they, gave us stimulus checks. And like I said, of all those other reasons, people are now starting to get back on track. That currency that been on the sidelines is now starting to come out, which is why we've had big inflation. But now, with the holidays coming up, I believe we're headed for, in my opinion, I now believe we're headed for hyperinflation, because now, like that speed of currency changing hands, velocity is now it's an overdrive. And plus that, there's also a new study where people have actually spent more on their credit cards than ever before. So plus that, so now you have your currency that was saved, plus the stimulus checks, plus the currency, plus credit card, which is also just more, currency, all being put out together, and it's going to create for one massive explosion in the supply. And I truly believe we're headed for hyperinflation. In my opinion, I believe we're headed for hyperinflation. But there are things, that you can do to, help save yourself. One thing that I'm doing is, obviously I'm getting in shape. I literally just came from the gym. And so, as you can see, got the muscles out. I came from the gym, trying to get in the best shape and health. Next is garden. I have a garden, my home, but now, yes, it's winter time, so I'm going to probably transition some of that garden into my garage. And next, of course, is assets. You got to have assets, things that are a hedge against inflation or hyperinflation. And one thing I'm doing is I'm looking into purchasing more precious metals, more gold and silver, and some cryptocurrencies. Another thing is you gotta before the storm really comes, you gotta kind of prepare yourself. Buy extra essentials if necessary, food, gas, water. You have to kind of prep for these occasions. Now, it's truly sad that we're even put in this situation in the first place by our by our financial system, because either way, ladies and gentlemen, with the financial system, it's going to collapse regardless. If they keep printing, it collapses. If they stop printing, it collapses. If they taper or raise or lower interest rates, it collapses. So regardless what happens, it's not a matter of if but when, and it could be today or tomorrow. It could be 2 years from now. But I don't think it is. I think it's sooner than later. Especially during the holidays. Why? Because during the holidays, what did everybody do? They spend. They spend big, and then you add that with supply chain issues, and now things are kind of get like I guess you could say bottleneck. So everybody's gonna go after this all the same items and goods and commodities, and you're gonna have a huge influx in price and inflation, and it's going to be costly, and remember, and a lot of people are going to suffer and lose everything. And so I'm trying my best to continue to educate myself to see what I can do to not be a victim during these times, but I mean perhaps even a beneficiary. But anyways, like I always say, ladies and gentlemen, uh, self-educate, share, but self-educate others, because we are headed for some wild times in the not too distant future. Thank you, and have a very good day.